Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Amber Serpent, where today we have a very special tarot reading on the Lionsgate portal that its official opening is August 8th of 2021. It is a portal that opens every year between July 28th and August 12th, with August 8th being the official date that where it is recognized. This particular year is really auspicious because the new moon this year is also on August 8th. So we have, and what the Lionsgate portal is when our sun, which is also in Leo, is aligned with the star Sirius, which is our spiritual sun. So we have the sun that nurtures us on a physical level aligned with the sun that nurtures us on a spiritual level. And on this particular date, we also have the new moon in Leo too. So it's pretty kitty all over the place, folks. And the Lionsgate portal is said to be a time in which we can accelerate the expansion of our consciousness and our spiritual growth. And the fact that we also have a new moon, and new moons are also always associated with new beginnings and manifesting our heart's intentions. We have a more potent astrological alignment to be able to manifest our desires and to be able to reinvent ourselves in all ways, because Leo is also about our ego, courage, charisma, and that birthright to take action at the right time. So if there was ever a time where we have the opportunity to reinvent ourselves, now's the time to do it. So let's take a look and see what the tarot might have to say as far as how we might utilize this energy to create the kind of shift that we desire in our life in the most graceful way. So if you're watching this, whether or not you're watching in the recording or in live, set that intention with me, because I believe that whether or not you're watching it after the fact or not, that it does have effect, because time and space is all relative, right? Okay, so setting the intention, what is it that we need to know or do to utilize the Lionsgate portal of 2021 to manifest our heart's desires with the most grace, ease, and effectiveness? That sounds right. That sounds about right. It feels good. Ease, grace, and effectiveness. Well, cards are really talkative. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them that popped out of the deck. Let's see what we've got. Ace of Wands. I'll take that any day, yo. That is, I mean, this is very much a Leo kind of card. It is empowerment, courage, like go for the gusto kind of energy. We have the King of Cups reversed. Something to watch out. So there may be a possibility of manipulation, emotional upheaval, maybe even a tendency to maybe want to over control the situations. We'll take a look and see how these all coalesce. Queen of Cups reversed too. That's no coincidence when we have both the King and the Queen in reverse. All right. The Death card. This doesn't surprise me at all. With every new beginning, there is also endings. So we're going to get some additional insight into that. Eight of Pentacles reversed, or not reversed. Luckily, this one's not reversed. Well, actually, I shouldn't say luckily, because there's some reversals that are actually more positive. And in this case, this is learning new skills, new habits, new ways of being. And we have the Princess of Swords reversed. So what comes to me around the Princess of Swords reversed is it feels kind of like a Mercury retrograde kind of feeling where just be really cognizant of our communication, especially when we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups both in reversal, which are saying that we need to really be mindful about how we manage our emotions, that we could very much be kind of on an emotional roller coaster during this time, especially over the next 2 weeks, maybe even into the next month. Even though the Lionsgate portal can have effects, especially this one, can have effects that will last even longer than that. The visceral sensations around these shifts and changes will definitely be more intense, like within like that 2 weeks to 1 month period, going into the full moon that's coming up on August 22nd, which is all about is the second full moon in Aquarius. We got 2 full moons in Aquarius back to back, which is very rare. And it's all about change and revolution. And so there's a lot of change. And with every change, there is some discomfort. And there's going to be some letting go of the old paradigm, which can make us, put us in a place where we might kind of doubt ourselves. And that might make us maybe kind of muddy the waters as far as how we communicate. This is not a time, folks, to placate to the disease to please. So if there's any of those folks out there who are watching this, who are find that like a challenge to communicate authentically and honestly, even if it means that we might have to disappoint folks, now's not the time to forego what's healthy for you just to make sure that other people are pleased or kept happy or comfortable. Folks who are empaths oftentimes really struggle with this because we feel other people's emotions as though they're our own. So there is usually very much a vested interest to keep other people comfortable around us. So essentially, we don't have to feel other people's BS. So be cognizant of that potential to want to create that feeling of comfort, support, and I'm going to say comfortable discomfort. So it's the familiar discomfort. We might have to have some tough conversations over the next couple of weeks. We may have to instill boundaries. And I feel like this communication piece is really a big part of the new habits and the new way of beings that we are stepping into. Because of that, we may get some pushback, and there could be some manipulation and some control. And make sure that we're not the ones that are stepping into this role where we're trying to overly control other people's decisions and lives. And even if maybe we're the ones that get the difficult communication, the difficult message that we don't really want to hear, and so we try to manipulate or control the situation, we don't want to be the King of Cups reversed. So being really aware of how we might respond to other people is going to be really integral in making sure that we come out the other end of this portal with the Ace of Wands. This is telling us that all of this uncomfortable stuff that we just talked about, the letting go, the emotional upheaval of both the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, the also with both of them here, there might be like some balancing of the polarities between the masculine and feminine energy. This also attests to how we receive and how we express or even let go. The discomfort in changing the way that we communicate so that we become, that our communication aligns more with authentically what it is that we truly want to say and how we want to be received in the world is what's going to, at the end of the day, teach us the new skill sets, the new habits, the new way of being that will lead us to success, more empowerment, more creativity. And when we're received, we will be authentically received by others. Let's see. Anything else around that? Let's see here. Anything else? You guys want to say anything else? Okay. Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. Lots of fours here. So this is a lot about foundation. Some of us might be reanalyzing our relationship to money. Not a bad idea to save some pennies for a rainy day, not from a place of hoarding or a place of fear and lack, but just from a place of pay yourself first. You know, you deserve it. And being very respectful of how we approach the energy of money, and perhaps maybe reassessing our relationship with money. That would very much play into our relationship with the polarities between the masculine and the feminine, because money is a very complex energy, and it has a lot to do with both the masculine and the feminine energy currents. So yeah, the Four of Cups reversed, we're going to definitely be reanalyzing, with the four too, with both fours, we might be reanalyzing how we make our money. You know, what is it that gives us physical support and foundation in practical terms? Along with this, we might be even reanalyzing our living situation. If that is like if we have roommates, partnerships in certain ways that also support us on how we make our livelihood, those type of things may be reanalyzed at this time as well. So again, this comes back to once you get some clarity on what it is that you need to communicate, make sure that it's communicated in a way that's respectful and necessary and is delivered with love, even if it's tough love. So that's really the main thing is like sometimes, we can say, well, what is authentic communication? Because how we say something can very much either muddy what it is that we want to say, or it can open us up for misunderstanding or clarity. The main thing is trying to be as respectful as possible with our communication, and at the same time, say what you mean. Say yes when you mean yes, say no when you mean no, and that will keep resentment out of our relationships. So really, this whole like clear communication piece, the reanalyzation, the king and queen reversed, and this is Leo, and the shadow side of the solar plexus, and solar plexus is the chakra that's associated with Leo. The shadow of the solar plexus is shame, the I'm not good enough, or the like a part of me is bad or not acceptable. We are being asked to shed those layers of shame. And if you're not familiar with the work of Brené Brown, I would highly recommend looking her up. She's got lots of YouTube videos. She's really quite an expert on this whole connection between vulnerability and courage, and helping us shed those layers of shame that is kind of part of that itty bitty shitty committee back there that lets us, make stories around how we may not be good enough, or I don't know, whatever it is, the self-doubts. We all know what they say back there. I don't need to remind you. We all have it. And we're kind of being asked to turn down the volume on that committee. That committee, it don't have anything good to say to you folks. And we can say, okay, what is it that you guys are really needing? Because they represent an unresolved need. And how might I be able to resource myself and reach out to get those needs met? How might I authentically communicate my needs to help support my self-esteem, to take the necessary risks towards my most fulfilling life at the right time? How might I maybe strike through my fear of asking for help and reach out for help, which would be, of course, turning the Queen of Cups upside down, right side up, because now we're expanding our capacity to receive. How might I say what it is that my heart wants to say? Maybe it's starting a YouTube channel. Maybe it's starting that book. Maybe it's finally taking that course, that writer's course, so that you can, express yourself in a way that is aligned perfectly with what it is that you want to say. That would be King of Cups. Turn them right side up. So it's really this piece of How does your communication align with your heart's desire? And how might we ask for what it is that we need to support our self-esteem, our courage, our charisma, and all of the bright parts of Leo, in order for us to up-level our persona so that it is a true expression of what it is that we're put here for versus an egotistical mask. This is a whole up-leveling. It's like a makeover for our persona. It's a persona makeover, folks. And the persona, there might be some tricky pieces, like we said, but at the end of the day, we got the Ace of Wands, baby. By the way, this was the last card that we pulled, which was the summary card. It's all going to be worth it at the end of the day. So keep journaling, keep meditating, drink lots of water. That's really important. Ask for help. Reach out for a practitioner, an energy healer, a therapist, whoever it is that you need to reach out for, because you deserve to be supported. And none of us are self-made people. We all need other people in order to be able to lift each other up as we all grow and evolve. And that's really part of the whole message of the Aquarian energy that's kind of overlooking all of this, as we are bookshelved right now between one full moon in Aquarius and the other one that's coming up on the 22nd. You got this. You got this, baby. You got it. There's no worries. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other, being very strategic about what it is that you want to say. And at the end of the day, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Not necessarily is going to be easy, but it's quite simple. Just say what it is that you need to say. Take the right actions at the right time. Try to have as much respect and ask for what it is that you need when you need it. And we will arrive at the other end of this Stargate, and we're all going to be so much better off for it. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining me here. Have a lovely rest of this Lionsgate energy that is lasting for the next few days. And I look forward to seeing you back here for our full moon reading on August 22nd for the full moon in Aquarius. Stay tuned. Ooh.